Okay, for this question, right, I think what's difficult about this question is there's no diagram. So there's no diagram, it's very difficult to visualize. So no matter what, when you see an equation of circle, even if you don't know what to do with this, do go and get the center and radius. Okay, so I presume you should know your complete square to find the center and radius, or you can do by the formula method. It doesn't matter. So by now, you shouldn't have issue getting the center and radius. Okay, and then after that, right, there's also a concept that a lot of people don't realize is about the equation of normal. So generally, if I'm going to draw for you, if I draw a general circle for you, I mean, all of us know that, okay, how does a tangent look like? So typically, this is how a tangent look like. And tangent means it just touch the circle. Okay, and I hope you do remember that normal and tangent is supposed to be perpendicular from your differentiation concept. We learned this before. So normal and tangent is supposed to be perpendicular. So if this is the contact point, I'm going to draw the normal. So if I draw the normal, so essentially it will be a 90 degree. Okay, so we all know that normal and tangent are supposed to be perpendicular. So if I do this on a circle, so it actually implies that the center is here. The center is along the normal. Why is that so? If you still remember your property of circle, do you remember that there's a radius perpendicular to tangent? So that's exactly the same idea. So that means, right, if you get the normal to a circle, it will pass through the center. So this is the idea. Not a very commonly mentioned idea because it's kind of linked to the radius perpendicular to tangent. Okay, so if you know this idea, that means, right, that means the normal that is given in this question, 3y plus 4x equal to k, will have the center sitting on it. So if the center is sitting on the normal, that means you just put the x coordinate inside. You put the y coordinate inside, and you will be able to find your k. Okay, if you can't find your k, right, I think the rest of the question couldn't be done. Okay, so it does, even though that part is 5 marks, the working is not very intensive because you just need to get the center and then just plug into the equation of the normal. The intensive one is the next one. Okay, so the description is the normal at R meet the x-axis at S. It's actually quite simple, but they didn't come up with the diagram. So that's why after I got the center, I actually tried drawing. I try to get the center and I just draw a generic circle and then I just draw a tangent. So you can see that it actually passes through the normal. It passes through the center. And then after that, it's going to cut the x-axis at S. So it's actually quite a simple idea if you look. Oh, I just want the length of this formula. I mean, length of RS. But you need the two separate coordinates. I would say getting S is very easy because S is just the x-intercept of the normal. So you just need to put y equal to 0 into the equation of normal. So after you have found k equal to 20, right? Then you got a proper equation. So getting S is not very difficult. Okay, so getting S is not very difficult. Okay, once you get S, then we should switch our focus to getting the coordinate of R. So the coordinate of R is also quite simple. You just need to do your simultaneous. You got the circle, you got the normal. So once you do the simultaneous, you can get R. Okay, but you will if you go and do simultaneous, you will expect two coordinate. So that's why they actually gave you this phrase. A lot of time, I think most people, they are confused by this phrase. Why do they want to tell me R lies between S and the center? Okay. Because later on, when you do the simultaneous, you will have two coordinate. You must get the coordinate where R is in between the center and S. So which means, right, this is the center, -4. R is 5. The X coordinate, right, must be between -4 to 5. After you do the simultaneous between the equation of normal and circle, you should be expecting two answers. You should accept the one that is between -4 to 5. So you just do your normal typical simultaneous, except that it's very tedious, because if you make Y the subject, you plug into the center, you find that you got very huge number. Okay, I choose to plug into the complete square. Okay, it will be okay if you choose to plug it directly here. It will be fine if you choose it to plug it directly here. Okay, so my approach, right, when there is a fraction in simultaneous is, I usually, when I got to square the fraction, I rather square the numerator and the denominator. That means I rather this one be a single fraction. So I rather this be a numerator and a denominator, so that when I square top and I square bottom. Okay, why is that so, right? Because when I square the bottom, I get a number. And this number will be so much easier if I multiply both sides by 9. So even though I'm dealing with quite a big number, it's actually better than if I make it this way. Some students will make it this way. And then when they do the y square, then they will do this. And then they try to apply the formula. They try to apply the sec2 formula. Then you find that you're dealing with a lot of fraction. Between dealing with fraction and big number, I actually prefer to deal with the big number. So because to me, bigger number is not so confusing. So I multiply by 9. That's why I get a very huge number. Okay, then all these multiplied by 9. And then I can focus on applying my a minus b squared here. So no doubt it will give me big number, but doesn't matter. I prefer to deal with big number because eventually I see a quadratic, right? I plan to use a quadratic formula. I'm not going to do the factorization. So I'm just going to do the formula direct. So when I do the formula, I end up with two answers. It's expected because it is a line cutting a circle. So you should be expecting two answers. And they are using this piece of info for you to decide which one to reject. So as you can see, there's one that is minus 8.8. You are not going to accept that because minus 8.8 will be here. So most probably this is the one with minus 8.8. So the R that you choose, right, should be in between. That's why this is the X coordinate for R. And then you put it into the Y, once you get the full coordinate, you just have to apply your length formula. Remember your length formula, the x1 minus x2. So I will say the 5 marks in the second part is harder to earn than the 5 marks in the first part. So it is due to the simultaneous. And the question I feel is made difficult because no diagram is provided. Okay, but otherwise I think it's not so, it's quite manageable because simultaneous in circle is very expected of you, that you should know how to do a simultaneous between a line and a circle. Okay, so whatever is it, if let's say a circle question comes up and there is no diagram, you just have to try to draw it for yourself. If not, you find that you're not forming any idea at all. So whatever is it, start with getting the center and radius, even if the question didn't. So under the marking scheme, you will also be given marks for finding center and radius.